Hi, we're here with Dr. John Sullivan of Dr. John Sullivan and Associates. Lucky enough to have him just for the next 5 minutes to answer a few questions. Dr. Sullivan is going to be talking at the Australasian Talent Conference in 2012. Dr. John, would you please just give us a quick bio about yourself?
Yes, I'm Dr. John Sullivan. They call me a thought leader. I tend to be one of the group of people who stretches HR and talent management, comes up with new approaches and shows people, the future of what's coming. I work around the Silicon Valley, so I specialize in high-tech firms or firms that move really quickly, like a Google or a Facebook or something along that line.
Okay, and you've mentioned talent management. Can you just give us your definition of talent management, just so that we're on the same wavelength, and also what these trends that you're actually seeing with these fairly innovative companies are?
Well, the actual definition of talent means exceptional ability. So talent is not every employee, it's special employees with special skills, special abilities. So talent management is not just another word for HR, it's a way of managing this 20%, 25% of the workforce that has truly exceptional talent by moving it around. So it's internal movement, succession planning, it's certainly development and growth, but a different kind of development and growth where it's continuous learning, recruiting, bringing in new people, retaining people, using tools to make them more productive, but most important is making them most innovative. So talent really is more innovative. Hardworking, dedicated employees are productive, but they're seldom innovative, and the business world now requires innovation in order to be a high margin, high profitable company.
We talked about this earlier, and I know that you've got some opinions that some might even regard as slightly contentious about recruitment of staff and identifying the innovators and rewarding the innovators. Can you just tell us a bit more about that?
Sure. If you look at the business world, we say customers are important, but we don't treat all customers the same. If you have millions of dollars, we treat you differently than if you have $1. If you're a big customer, small customer, we treat you differently. So the model is to mirror the business community and say, are all employees the same? So it was certainly true. Productivity for the last 100 years has been important. Efficiency has been important. But now if you look at the Googles or if you look at the Apple, efficiency is great, but they make their money in innovation. And so in a fast-changing world where ideas and products become literally obsolete, almost like a mobile phone. If you look at a mobile phone, if you thought HR was like a mobile phone, boy, training would have to change at 25 to 50% a year. Recruiting would have to change. So it's a new model, and in order to attract and retain innovators, you need innovative processes. You need to treat them differently. So we've always, what we call peanut butter, treated everyone exactly the same, but the new model is no, you treat people who are innovators differently because they require different things, they act differently, they expect different things. In order to be innovative, they need a different environment, so you have different rules and regulations. And the issue is HR doesn't want to do that, but it's all about ROI. So if you look at Apple, they made money in a computer, but they were struggling. Then they went into music, and then they completely shift gears and went into telephones, completely shift gears and went into a pad. They revolutionized, but they're also becoming probably the most valuable corporation on the planet because of innovation. So HR has to get away from equity, equality, treating everyone the same, and get into the new model, which is forget you might get sued, is that top people need different things, and if you don't treat them a certain way, you just won't be able to recruit them, you won't be able to retain them, or even worse, they'll sit around and they won't innovate as they're filling out forms and going to meetings and doing other things that average employees would be fine with.
Okay. And how does one actually identify, target, and recruit an innovator?
Well, it's pretty simple. In an interview, you ask them, so, well, this is the way we do it, and their answer is, well, that's stupid, I wouldn't do it that way, nobody does it that way anymore. So innovation is by definition 95% of the people do it one way and 5% do it the other. So when you post an idea on a website or you're in a meeting, is that they'll literally respond with, no, that's so last year, that's not a new way. And we know through social media, we know through all sorts of new approaches, it's easy to find innovators. You can't be a secret innovator. They're everywhere and their ideas are out there. It's that most people reject them. So it's getting people when they walk in, and literally, if you go into, say, an accountancy firm, and they'll say, well, this is how we do accounting, we have paper and pencil, and they'll say, well, that's stupid, and they'll say there's a better way. And so it's true when we say outside the box, innovators are outside the box. They have ideas and want to change things by 25%, not 2%. So they're not hard to find, they're hard to attract, they're hard to retain, and most management systems are designed for the average person. So you need to realize innovators are different. They don't want the same job, they want excitement, they like risk, they like challenge, they don't want security. It's a different model than the average employee who loves security, loves benefits, loves all those things.
Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Sullivan, and we look forward to seeing you and hearing from you at the 2012 Australasian Talent Conference.